All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Real quick, just got back from camp. All right, and we had an interesting, interesting event today. As we were teaching, as you can see, I have it on the screen here. Okay, which through the spirit, the Wadi Al Bahashem Yahweh Shai, brothers use wisdom. All right, and dealt accordingly. But basically, I'm not gonna really play the whole clip because, with the whole buffering thing, we might not be able to see it clearly. But here's the brothers page that we streamed on. Men of Valor Protect and Warn the Sheep. All right, you can go there. It's right around the almost at an hour-minute mark. All right, basically you had a centurion. All right, the cops, they basically pulled up. Now what they did, all right, which brothers had a feeling that cops were gonna come up at some point, all right, being that you had the whole Jersey shooting, all right, and they tied that to Hebrew Israelites, and being that we teach in Jersey, okay, it wasn't a surprise that Esau was gonna send, all right, his centurions to come and check us out, to investigate us, to come over there and be like, yo, what's up, like, what can we do with these folks here, So basically, long story short, all right, you had it was this cop right here, and you had I think you had like two others in the back, all right, posted up, and basically he comes up, and man, this makes no sense because the dude comes up out of nowhere, hey, how you guys doing? You guys are in violation of the according to Elizabeth, blah blah blah. You guys are violating the sidewalk policy or whatever. He's saying that, apparently we can't be over, we can't be blocking the sidewalk and all that. And you see where brothers were at, man. Brothers weren't, he's talking about, because the tripod that we record from, all right, like it was like 18 inches into the black area of the sidewalk, and you had a brother standing there, so he can operate and maneuver it. And here it is. Esau comes up real quick, rolls up, yeah, and according to Elizabeth, so and so, you can't be doing that. And brothers complied. We said, oh, okay, all right, sorry about that. We all moved everything, so we were on the red part. He said, yeah, you guys are good on the red, but you can't be blocking the black, and that's really worth a ticket. But I don't want to give you a ticket, so just can I just see some ID? Then he asks, which, like I said, you'll see it in the video. But then he asks, what are you guys talking about? What are you guys teaching? And I basically just told him, I was like, yo, we're just teaching our people, all right, on this sign, all right, who they are. We're teaching them that they're Israelites, so on and so forth. And he's like, oh, okay, all right. So can I have some ID? And then brother's like, I ID, like in your head, you're like, ID, what do you need ID for? But we understand that Esau's motive when he came there, they don't care about any sidewalk. Brothers have been teaching there for like what, 6-7 years. You have cops that come there, cops that gave brothers tithes, but cops walk by us every single time. Nobody says anything, but all of a sudden you have a shooting in New Jersey, which they tie to Black Hebrew Israelites, and you have us who are Israelites teaching in Jersey. So all of a sudden you come up there, but he sort of needed a reason to approach us on that level. So now he says, oh, okay, we violated the sidewalk policy, whatever. So we move back. Then he says, okay, can I have ID from one or two? Two of you, and one of the brothers was like, oh, cool, all right, you can have my ID. You can see my ID. Then the dude changes and says, you know what? Let me just get the ID of everybody. And at this point, it's like, all right, now it's a little suspicious because, okay, you told us about the sidewalk thing. All right, we moved back. First, you asked for ID for one or two of us. Then you want the ID for everybody. And then you're saying, well, the quicker we do this, we can get this going on. I don't want to give you guys a ticket. So I just need to see some ID and that's it. Now, if you need to see ID, why you got to take, and you see that this thing right here, this black thing on his uniform, all right, he was basically, it's like a body camera, so he'll take your ID and then he'll like take a picture of it, all right, and then he'll give it back to you. I guess they want to run it in the system to check if brothers had records or whatever, but we understand that this is all part of Esau's plot, to try to further this persecution and demonization. Okay. And look, at the end of the day, man, we know what you got to do. You know, we know that the Lord has set you up to do what you got to do, and we know these guys were sent. All right, they were sent from the higher ups. Okay, yo, go out there, man. Go. You know, get them. So now they got your ID. All right, they could find where brothers live, find where brothers work, all this extra stuff. All right, but at the end of the day, this is for prophecy's sake. You know, so brothers complied and gave him our IDs. He took pictures of them. You know, then he left. All right, but don't be surprised if Esau comes with some a whole nother scenario. You know, tries to tie brothers up with it or whatever the case may be. It is expected because we are not ignorant of your devices. You know, we understand what has to happen. And that's why brothers weren't getting out of character. Like, oh, now what you mean? We have violated. We've been here for 7 years and ain't nobody ever told us that, you know, or what you said one ID. Now you want all of our IDs. Nah, I'm not giving you my. There was no need for that, you know, because that's why Yahushua told us what? Be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, which I have the scripture here. You know, as a matter of fact, let me start off with this. All right, this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. All right, because we understand that we are lambs amongst wolves. Okay, so we have to use wisdom. That is, the scriptures say wisdom is a defense. So you have to use wisdom because they're looking for anything they can use to get on us. Are you aggressive even in the slightest? You know, like what is it about you? You know, you have brothers that, you know, in the spirit got roused up, but the Lord had it to where he had calmed all brother spirits, so we all just complied. So now it's harder for them because they're like, damn, yo, like at least show some sort of resistance so we could, you know, go somewhere with this, you know. But brothers are like, oh, okay, all right. The scriptures say what? Matthew 5 and 25, agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him. See, so whilst he was still there, we know Esau's end goal. We know his narrative. We know he doesn't care about a sidewalk policy, but he's there because he's trying to spin something. So we're not we obviously, being that we know the plot. All right, we move accordingly. Okay, so it says, agree with thine adversary quickly whilst thou art in the way with him. Because okay, you want an ID, cool. You can have it. You can take a picture of it. Whatever. You know, that's not what's that going to do for me. You know, as opposed to me saying, "No, I'm not giving you my ID." Now he's like. Brothers have already seen videos of what happens when you have Jake be rebellious and they doing all this extra stuff. It leads to unnecessary tension that's rising, all right, and it makes things worse. Okay, so brothers are like, nah, you know what? Here you go. It says, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. See, so use wisdom, all right, and just move accordingly, man. Okay, and that's what we did, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because there was no need to do any extra, all right, because it has been written that we are to be persecuted. It has been written, Revelation 2 and 10, all right, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Okay, it has been written that we are supposed to suffer persecution. We're supposed to be, some of us are supposed to be cast into prison. Some of us will get spiritual power, all right, to balance it out. Okay, but some of us have to go be cast into prison. So regardless of what you do, it's been already set that whatever's gonna happen to you is gonna happen to you. So you trying all this extra and I'm trying to fight until the death, my man. You're only prolonging the inevitable. Yahushua said he could have called down legions, you know, of angels, but he didn't because he understood that this is the prophecy. Okay. As much as Peter tried to fight it when the Lord told him he was going to deny the Lord, no, Lord, I would never do. I'd rather die with you. What happened when the time came? Before the cock crowed 3 times, Peter had denied the Lord. Or before the cock crowed, he had denied the Lord 3 times. All right? Because it was prophecy that it has to happen. You know? That's why when Yahushua was on trial, he wasn't out there, but he just smacked me in the face. You know, you know what I'm saying? They bring in false witnesses. I didn't do anything. He was quiet, like it says, like a lamb to the slaughter, because he already knew in the spirit what was set to happen. I have to come down here. I have to teach them. I have to be crucified and put on a cross. All right. I have to be smitten by men. This is all prophecy. This is the cup that I got to drink. And so what did Yahushua do? He manned up and he drank the cup. And it's the spirit, because we were talking about, literally, that's what we were talking about before, you know, this dude pulls up. And like we said, it's not going to end here. It's only just the beginning. All right. So this is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Now, the devil here devil just means deceiver. Okay. Because we know spiritual demon Satan isn't going to come with his red ass tail and a pitchfork and grab us and throw you into cells. But what? His physical counterpart, Esau, all right, they're going to do that by their legislations and their laws that they're trying to push and their propaganda and the webs they're spinning, trying to control the narrative. Guess what? They're going to use that for a justification to imprison brothers. But like the scriptures say, what was written aforetime was written for our learning. All right, that we through patience and faith may be comforted in these scriptures. So we know that the apostles got imprisoned, but what happened? The Lord delivered them. Okay, some of them got put to death. All of them got put to death. You had John, all right, who was exiled to the Isle of Patmos. All right, but you had the apostles. Hey, Peter, when he got thrown in the cell, he got delivered by the angel. Okay. So that's the times we're in. This isn't the time to be fearful. That's why the Lord said, what? Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Because it's not strange, it's not new. The Lord told us about this before it's happening. You know, so why would you fear? You know, now's the time for you to exercise your faith. The faith you've been building up for so long. Now's the time to exercise it. All right. Now's the time to really see. All right, those who are about it. Can you walk the walk that you've been talking? All right, or were you only there to talk it? So it says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Now, 10 days, it doesn't exactly have to be 10 days. It could be more, it could be less. All right. But it says what? Be thou faithful unto death. So even if when you're cast into prison, you're given the death sentence. All right, because you will have martyrs. The Lord said, "What? He's going to give you a crown of life." All right, so you got to remain in the right spirit, man. Be circumspect in your everyday to day lives, man. Okay, because they obviously he didn't need our IDs. They already know who we are. Okay, this is Matt, but like the brother said while we were teaching, he said, "What? It's all just propaganda. It's a psychological warfare." You know. Not only to try and get us, but to try and get the sheep watching. Like, oh, is this really what you want to get involved in? All right, because this is getting serious now. But that doesn't faze us. Brothers wearing out there like, shit, yo, damn, yo, the ID though, oh, fuck, damn, I knew I shouldn't have showed up to camp today. Like, no. All right. This is Matthew 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Now the Lord said that because look in this scenario, right? Let's say brothers start acting up and doing all these, you know, all these different things. Nah, I'm not doing that. Get off me, all that. He calls backup, right? Now you got the whole streets blocked off. You got backup right there. This is exactly what they want for you to get carnal. He calls backup, right? They have guns. What do we have? Nothing, right? So you get in carnal with somebody who's a master of carnality. What do you think is going to happen to you? You know? You're not going to win that battle. That's why our weapons are spiritual. Weapons. All right. Our weapons are spiritual. And that's what's getting Esau, because no matter what he does, brothers remain spiritual. No matter what he does, we still remain spiritual, because he wants to stop spirituality, but he's going about it with carnal ways, trying to pull brothers into that carnal temptation, but it's not working. So he's like, damn, now I got to find some way somehow. And best believe, when it says the devil is going to come down with great wrath, you're going to see it. You'll know when that great wrath is coming down. All right. 2 Corinthians 10:4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. See, so our weapons, because a gun or whatever, you know, people try to, it's not going to do anything. Okay. Hebrews 4:12, because the word is really what's most powerful. That's why we use this. All right. This is the most powerful and effective measure to win this war. All right, and that's why they're not doing this to these Christians. They're not doing this to Islam. They're doing this to us. Why is there so much commotion once the Hebrew Israelites got on the scene? You know, for all these years, all these different religions, yeah, it's all good. But once we come on the scene, now hate has just risen to the max. Now we're so concerned about hate groups, and now we're so concerned about anti-Semitism and all these different things when the Israelites come on the scene. And that shows you that they feel, look, these elites, they watch us, all right? They know exactly what's going on, and they're pulling strings from behind the scenes. Their wicked priests on the left-hand sides are telling them, yo, the Lord is about to start doing some crazy, miraculous things on the earth with these men. So you better start doing something quick. All right, and that's why it says, if he had a short time. So on the one hand, damn, I got to move because I'm running out of time. On the other hand, damn, I got to be careful how I move because I can make one wrong move and it'll be over for me. Hebrews 4 verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and the marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Now, see, here's the thing. Here's the difference between the words of the Lord and a physical gun. Yeah, let's say you have a pistol, right? Or a handgun, right? First, you got to aim, and then you shoot. So, all right, boom, shot one person, boom, shot another person. That within that span of one fire, aim, fire, you might take maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20, 30, whatever to shoot like 3 people. If you take that same amount of time and you apply to this truth, within 30 seconds or within one round of me firing and speaking these words, I can hit multiple targets at once. All right. You could have an audience of maybe 1,000 people watching. Guess what? Within 30 seconds, I fired one round of the scriptures of the word. I done hit 1,000 people in one round. As opposed to you out here, now I gotta hit this person, I gotta hit this person, I gotta hit that, I gotta aim here, this word is much more powerful than that. Okay? And on top of that, this word is backed by the Spirit of the Lord. Just like David when he threw the stone, when he slung the stone into Goliath's head, all right, it was backed by the Spirit of the Lord that gave it that pinpoint accuracy. All right. It says here, Neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do. See, so what this word does is that nobody can guard against the truth. You can't guard against this word. That's the thing. If somebody starts opening fire, you can hide behind cover. If they don't aim at you, they're gonna miss. But with this word, we don't even gotta aim at you. We just speak it. And boom, it's already causing damage. And that's why this word is so powerful. That's why brothers are remaining spiritual, all right? And we understand what we got to go through. But there's always that balance because now after this dude left, right, after the centurion left, you had a woman that came there, and she basically was saying that her son had demons on him. He was a lunatic, all right? He's getting aroused. He's depressive. He gets depression and all these different things, suicidal. Okay. And so now she's asking us to heal him. Okay. And then after she goes, you have another brother that comes up that says his pops just died and he's mourning, and through the Spirit, I said, look, man, the time is going to come, which we're in right now, that hearing about somebody dying or somebody sick or somebody who's suicidal or has demons on them isn't going to be something to mourn about. All right. There's going to be a solution to that because the Lord is going to give us the ability to be able to fix that. Okay. The same way I have it here. All right. Just like Peter was able to, Peter, how I did it. All right. Was able to bring back somebody from the dead. Yeah, I could do this right here. Acts chapter 9, verse, I start at 36. All right. Because the Lord, like it says, Isaiah 59:19, these devils will come down like a flood, man. And the Lord is going to back their asses up with that standard. Cool. You might catch some of us, but you're not gonna catch everybody. And boy, oh boy, you're gonna be in for some stuff, man. Okay, you are gonna be in for some stuff because the Lord said, "What? Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm." Okay, so when that time comes, the Lord will defend us. Okay, with power from on high, heavenly power. Okay, spiritual divine intervention, the same way He did in the past, man. The same way the Lord defended us against Antiochus's general, the same way He defended us against when during the time of Judas Maccabees. Okay, the Lord defended us many times. All right, it's called divine intervention. The same way He delivered us from Egypt, protected us against the Egyptians. All right, but like it says, this time is going to be a time like never before. So all those different things that happened, what's going to happen in this time isn't going to compare to that. All right, the Lord is gonna, man, it's gonna be like you're seeing it, but you're not believing it. Like, whoa, I'm really seeing this happen in front of my eyes. These men are really on a whole nother type of time. You talk about Samson taking out 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of an ass. What about a brother running through 2,000 troops in a matter of seconds? Because it's gonna be a defense. All right, that standard is gonna be a defense. You're getting these, you grabbing us up, you're doing this, but you're not gonna get us all, man. The Lord, here it is. We've been prophesying in the name of the Lord. We've been being loyal and sincere, serving the Most High, and He's just gonna leave us out there. But He said He's not a man that He should lie, and He said when that time comes, when you rush upon us, He will defend us. Whether He sends angels down to protect us, whether He teleports brothers to safety, sends a chariot, hey, whatever the case may be, man. Okay, but we know and trust that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai will deliver us. That's the balance, man. Okay, and just wait till the Lord brings that miracles upon the earth, man. These devils, they're not gonna waste a second. Okay, they're not gonna waste a second, because the reason they're demonizing us now is because of the words we're speaking, because of how much of an impact the words we're speaking is doing. So how much more for the actions? Here it is. You got what, over 1 million or 8 million Israelites? People who either know about the Israelites or associate themselves as Israelites. They've woken up to that. You have Jake that has stopped partaking in these heathenistic pagan customs, pagan holidays, and Esau is noticing that on a large scale. So that's why he's demonizing us on this level. But what happens when instead of just words, we're actually physically healing people, man? And you got people traveling worldwide. They coming from country to country, sea to sea, looking for brothers. And that's stopping the flow of Esau's society. Just like Claudius expelled the Jews from Rome, Esau is going to try to stop this word, man. Because at that point, it's like, no. Now you're just shutting business down. Now we just got to take you out. All right, we got to send in special units, okay, with special orders, man. This is Acts chapter 9, verse 36. Now there was at Joppa a certain disciple named Tabitha, which by interpretation is called Dorcas. This woman was full of good works and alms deeds, which she did. And it came to pass in those days that she was sick and died, whom when they had washed, they laid her in an upper chamber. And for as much as Lydda was nigh to Joppa, and the disciples had heard that Peter was there, they sent unto him 2 men, desiring him that he would not delay to come to them. When she died, okay, what was it? They said, "Oh, Peter and them, all right, go get them, because we know they're men of the Lord. We've seen the acts they've been doing. All right, so go get them, because they man, all right." These are men that the Lord is dealing with, man. So hell yeah, they can do this. All right. It says, then Peter arose and went with them, and when he was come, they brought him into the upper chamber, and all the widows stood by him weeping, and showing the coats and garments which Dorcas made while she was with them. Oh, beautiful Dorcas. Look at this. She made me this. Look at this. She was such a good woman. She did all this. Oh, sister, come here. Come show him. When I was sick, she did this for me. When I did, so they were mourning, weeping to him. How great of a woman she was doing good. But Peter put them all forth and kneeled down. So he said, all right, cool. I got you. Just fall back. Because now he was about to get into it. But Peter put them all forth and kneeled down and prayed. And turning him to the body said, Tabitha, arise. Okay. So he got into that zone where when he said it, when he prayed to the Most High, all right, it was full of faith. All right. It was full of faith. I'm going to repeat that. When he prayed, all right, knowing what he was about to do, it was full of faith. Peter didn't go there with the mindset of, damn, I know I rebuke demons, but like, damn, this is death. Like, am I really about to break? No, man. Okay. It was faith, man. And it says what? Tabitha, arise. And she opened her eyes. And when she saw Peter, she sat up. We're talking about somebody who died. All right. And you're seeing the dead body laying there. And you pray, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you bring back the dead. Okay. Which sounds crazy, right? Somebody who died, you bring them back to life. You call the spirit back into their body. That kind of spiritual power is what the Lord is going to put upon the earth, man. And who in that day you think is going to come out here, well, you will have the opposition. But at that time, you're going to see the true men of the Lord, man. You're going to see the true power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because then he's going to start making his name, all right, known worldwide. Like back in Egypt, well, what did the Lord say? He said, the time is going to come. All right. Matter of fact, let me get it so I don't butcher it. The Lord liveth. That should pop up here. I think it's Jeremiah. Yep. Jeremiah 16 and 14. But let me finish it on here and then I'll jump to that. It says, and she opened her eyes and when she saw Peter, she sat up. And he gave her his hand and lifted her up. And when he had called the saints and widows, presented her alive. And it was known throughout all Joppa, and many believed in the Lord. And it came to pass that he tarried many days in Joppa with one Simon a tanner. So imagine that. He goes in there and, they're all outside like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And he comes out with her alive, man. Hell yeah, that went out throughout the whole city, the whole land. If brothers was to resurrect somebody from the dead, you don't think the whole world will know about it? Here it is. We live in a society where somebody doing a stupid dance or a stupid challenge can go viral throughout the world. All right. How much more for bringing somebody back from the dead? Because this isn't a fairy tale. This is history. The same way you read history, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, and these people did this and the Roman Empire. Guess what? This happened in history. Okay. So if it was possible to happen back then, and we're those same men coming back in this time, why would it not be possible to happen now? We're inches away from the Lord making our boldness manifest. Okay. By what? By showing that he is dealing with his true men, as it says in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. Then shall they be known who are my chosen? The Lord he's gonna identify those are who I'm dealing with, because the Lord is dealing with the elect. It's not, oh, this camp, this group, this. No, it's the elect. Okay. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Now, when you read about Egypt, because even to this day it's spoken about, Moses delivering the children of Israel, the sea being parted, okay, the Egyptians being swallowed up, the chariot and how it was zapping their chariots, the Egyptians' chariots, okay, the Lord raining manna down from heaven. All that deliverance was great. That's what put Israel on the map. That's what put Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai on the map. All right. And a lot of people feared him, man. They called him what? Al-Ashadia. And when you read through our history, due to divine intervention, heathens believed on the Lord. Nebuchadnezzar, Cyrus, Darius, okay? They believed upon the Lord because of the acts he did. When he delivered the 3 holy children from the fire, he sent the angel in there, all right, to where they were cast into that fiery furnace and they did not burn. All right. When he delivered Daniel from the lion's den multiple times, twice. All right. First with Habakkuk, bringing him food, and the other time under the reign of Darius. Okay, so there's many times where the Lord has delivered us from certain things, and that is caused the fear of the Lord to come upon these people. And boy, oh boy, are you in trouble, because we're united with our power. Okay, and that's what these heathens fear the most. Verse 15. So it shall no more be said, what? That the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all lands whither he had driven them, and will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. This deliverance is going to be far greater, all right, than the previous deliverance, man, in ancient Egypt. You know why? Because really think about it, right? We're talking about a time in society, a time in history. This will be a permanent emphasis in the historical timeline, all right, where you had the Lord give men spiritual power to do things that people have never seen before. What did Yahushua say? The things ye see me do, ye shall do, and greater. Okay, the Lord gave men upon the earth power to do miraculous activities. Okay, you have people walking around with microchips, because the mark of the beast being the microchip, they're gonna push that. People will be taking that chip. You're gonna have Jacob's trouble. All right, things that you've never even thought of were possible, man. Okay, you're gonna have angels, man. You're gonna see angels manifest, so-called UFOs, destroying people and delivering people. Okay, nuclear missiles flying and destroying. So it's gonna be a time like never before. That's gonna be spoken about. It's going to overshadow the deliverance of ancient Egypt. Okay, when you see, like it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, when you see men getting beamed up into so-called UFOs, you know, and then they come back down at changed up different bodies, immortal. This is what's coming, man. So with all this ahead of you, to hell with getting thrown in jail. All right, so what? What did Paul say? It is a light affliction, man. It can't be compared, all right, to the kingdom, to the glory that shall be revealed in us. Okay, so look, man, like Yahushua told Judas, that which thou doest, do quickly. Look, man, Esau, that which thou doest, do quickly, man. Okay, because regardless of what happens, we know that our power, Abanawa, all right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, has our backs. Okay, and like he told us this was gonna happen, guess what? It's happening, man. All right, so let me see. Shalom to the Akim on the common board. Mango tree, not to be rude, but what is the problem with them IDing you? Oh, IDing you. It's for your safety, no disrespect. Answer, bro. Like, come on. But see, that's the thing, though. Here it is. We've been teaching on here for years. You have cops that pass by us every single day. I mean, every single week we're out there. You have cops that will walk by, or, you know, people that will walk by. They're all cool, you know. But out of nowhere, it's for our safety. It ain't for our safety. They're trying to build a case against us. You know, because you got to understand, put yourself in the mind, all right, of Esau. Okay, Esau Esau's not your friend. Okay, because was he your friend, he wouldn't have been so quick to try and equate you to being a domestic terrorist. All right, because he's been wanting to do this for the longest. All right, so him taking our IDs wasn't a form of, oh, let me get your safety and all that. No, because how convenient that after a shooting in New Jersey, you have us teaching in New Jersey, you want to ID us for what? When have you ever done that? You know, that today of all days. And I mean, you literally have cops come by us all the time, but this week of all weeks is when we violated the sidewalk policy. Of all the years we've been teaching, it was this week that we violated the sidewalk policy, right? You know, it doesn't add up. The same way there's stories about this whole shooting doesn't add up. Okay, but look, in the future, all right, but with what they're about to do next, you'll understand, all right, why we are why we're so cautious, all right, and we're being circumspect about Esau, man, because the scriptures say, be not ignorant of any matter, small or great. So you have to use wisdom. You have to really watch out for everything, because these devils don't move by coincidence. Okay, so you have to be circumspect, man. especially now in these times that you're in your day-to-day life. All right. Don't do anything stupid. All right. That's gonna give them a reason or an opportunity to falsely accuse you or whatever the case may be. Okay. Witness unto Yahushai, Jeremiah 30:8, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and I will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. Yep, that's right. All right, because look, man, you don't understand that you're trying to persecute gods. Yeah, we're gods trapped in mortal bodies, but do you understand the spirit of the men you're trying to persecute? Do you understand the magnitude of the threat that you're doing? You are putting yourself in a very, very, very bad position. Okay, because in case you haven't understood, the spirit is greater than the flesh. Okay, so do what you got to do now, but we're ultimately going to get that victory. All right, yeah, we'll take a low L now, but that L is going to turn, all right, into a W. Okay, we're going to get that victory, man, because Yahushua already defeated death. All right, Yahushua already went through the persecution. He already went through all that, and guess what? He made it to the other side. And if we're his disciples, being that we are, and we believe we are, he's waiting for us on the other side. He did it. Guess what? We got to go through what we got to go through as well. Okay. Walking in the faith 144. Nah, Esau wants to put maximum hurt/damage upon you. He won't give a damn about anything. Esau love death. Yeah, of course, man. Okay, of course. That's the whole narrative, man. Read Project Megiddo. Project Megiddo wasn't put together 2 days ago. All right. And when they put us on that list, it wasn't 2 days ago. They've had this for years. All right. But you know what it is that the mass awakening, all right, and the elect being sealed is at a rapid pace, is at the highest. So Esau's like, yo, I have to move. I have to do something. These elites are getting on these agencies' asses like, yo, knock them off, man. So when the Lord takes us off, when that famine hits, guess what? You ain't going to see us on the streets, and you ain't going to see us online. Okay? And boy, oh boy, are you going to see the depths of hell unleashed upon you, man. Okay? So yeah, I'm going to end it here. Okay? That's really all I wanted to go into. Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. All right? Just look, man. Just stay in the spirit. You know this is going to happen already. All right? The Lord did prophesy about it. Okay? We already understand that the Lord has told us this is going to happen. So really, this is just Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai putting you in the position and watching, all right, how you're gonna react. Okay, how are you gonna come out? Are you of that fine gold? Are you of the elect that's gonna endure unto the end, or are you somebody that's gonna break in the process? Okay, so for those the sincere elect out there, okay, men, women, children, whoever you are, the sincere elect out there, guess what? And I say that because they're not just coming after us; they're coming after those who associate themselves with Israelites, man. Okay, so stay in the spirit. All right, keep pushing, man, and we're almost out of here. This is a sign that we're almost out of here. Okay, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.